What's up, guys? As you can see behind me is my 1986 K5 Blazer. Look at this thing. Ooh. Man, I'm telling you. So, 8 years in the making. But I have some bad news. It's disappointing, saddening, really. So, this is plan B for LS Fest. Not anymore. This is going to be a short video, and I'm going to explain something, and I'm kind of asking for your opinion, and I know that's dangerous on the internet. But this right here, let's look at it again. Oh, this is my 1986 K5 Blazer that for the last year, little over a year, Kenwood Rod Shop out of Peachtree City, Georgia has been working on. And from here, 10 foot, this thing is my dream come true. It's perfection. But let me tell you what happened. The last video I was driving down to get it, and I did, and I trailered it home. I trailered it back to my shop. Now when I got it to my shop, I backed off the trailer, drove it around the parking lot one time, went to park it, and let me show you what I turned around and saw. So I parked it, I got out, I turned around. Do you see what I see? There. That's the rear brake caliper hanging from the axle. So I thought to myself, that's not right. You know, the build was done, it's complete, come pick up your truck. And then I looked closer and I noticed that that brake caliper is loose. The bolts have never been tightened, or weren't tightened before I picked it up. So I start to look. And unfortunately, I get extremely upset and extremely disappointed. So let me show you. And it's dark, so I'm only going to show you one or two things. Now, I pick up my Blazer. Look at all that. That's hand painted, by the way. LED headlights. I've got the off-road lights embedded in the turn signals, so you can't tell they're there, and then I have the turn signals there. Okay, I digress. It's gorgeous, don't get me wrong. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to show you the air intake. So, I had this air intake, they made it for me. Comes out, comes over here, got this really cool box. So at first glance you go, wow, that's really nice. Well, every single screw, and it's hard to see it, there you go. Every single screw in that lid has cracked the acrylic glass. And then you look down in it, and again, it's hard to see, but there are metal shavings all down in there. And then you look right here and it's rubbed the paint off, and then you look right here and it's rubbed the paint off and coming out of the boot. Then you look at it from like that angle and you see that this isn't tight and there's a big gap right there letting air in, so it won't run right. Then you look at the loom and see how the loom's all coming undone. So here's my problem. I spent a significant amount of money, not to mention the dirt, just the hey, come get it, it's done. This is not done, not even close. Radiator moves. So I won't be going to LS Fest in this, or in the Hummer, or in anything. The truck is gorgeous, but I've got 3.5 pages worth of problems. And so I guess where I'm at with it is the shop owner of Kenwood Rod Shop, who built this truck, Kenwood Rod Shop, the owner. I've gone back and I've seen him. I drove all the way back down there. This is, it's Labor Day, Monday. And I've shown him pictures of every single thing that was wrong with the truck. And now I've got like the main power wire. I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but the main, no you can't, main power wire of the truck being this big bad boy right there is laying across the top of the header and has already got burn marks on it. And so mentally, the brake caliper, the brake's falling off the truck, the wires are going to get burned. There's a lot of stuff that wasn't done correct, even for a minor shop to do, much less Kenwood Rod Shop. And so I think if I would have put my kids in this truck and we would have gone down the interstate like I've been waiting 6 to 8 years to do with them, I could have rolled, I could have died. When the brakes fall off and you're going down the interstate, that's a big deal. Or when the power wire's laying on the exhaust and it catches fire because of it, that's a big deal. Or when the fuel lines run 2 inches above the exhaust, that's a big deal. And so I went back down there and I talked to Randy, and me and Randy came to terms that I said, you know, you need to fix all 3.5 pages of issues. And he said, absolutely, I'll fix all 3.5 pages and I won't charge you a dime for it. Let me fix it. Let me fix it. And I understand there's got to be a fear of let me fix it because, God, I don't want the general public to see what this thing really is, which is where we're at right now. And I said yes to him initially because, honestly, I want it done. I want it fixed. I want it done. I want to be able to drive it. I want to be able to enjoy it. But then I got to thinking, and I was like, if that's the carelessness of the brakes and the intake was delivered to me the way it is right now, and the wiring is on the header, and the fuel line is, to me, not in a safe place. Why is that bolt there? It's just a random bolt. And the radiator's moving around. Why would I give it back to that person, even if it does give them a second chance to fix it? I feel like that's dangerous because the carelessness initially is going to lead to the carelessness of the repairs. And I can't knowingly put my kids in this thing or drive this thing down the interstate or drive this thing to Kentucky knowing that that's what happened. Like that, I've just lost confidence and I've lost trust in Kenwood Rod Shop. And so my thought is, I'm not giving him this truck back. I'm not giving him a chance to fix it. He had it for a year. He told me it was done. He told me it was time to come get it, time to pick it up. And it wasn't at all. Now, in the next video, I plan on going over the truck with you and showing you everything from front to back. And I'm going to show you what Kenwood Rod Shop did. I'm going to show you what the shop before him did. I'm going to show you anything that I may have done. And then we're just going to move forward. And either Randy's going to fix it at Kenwood Rod Shop or I'm going to fix it in my shop. And I'm kind of weighing towards I'm going to fix it in my shop. And I hate that this happened because I had a really pleasant time while this was being built, but I should have, and this is absolutely my fault, I should have been checking the progress deeper, getting under it, looking at things, seeing how it was done. But I'll be honest with you, I kind of trusted that a shop like Kenwood Rod Shop would do what they said they would do, you know, and turn out a SEMA quality build, like a high, and I mean a real SEMA, not the last minute throw together stuff. It's got 950 hours just at Kenwood Rod Shop. It's got a little over 200 hours at the shop before. So you're looking at a vehicle that's got over 1,000 man hours in it. And, man. And I would take it and back it out and show it to you outside, but you can't because the brake fluid's all leaked out. I got to put more brake fluid in it. I got to replace the caliper regardless because I want to be able to move it. It kind of turns on sometimes. The neutral safety switch doesn't really work. So that's another thing. Again, you have to jiggle the shifter and do all this stuff. And with a vehicle that I've put this much money in, I shouldn't have to do that at all. I should get in it, turn the key, and drive it wherever I want to drive it. So what's your opinion? Comment below. Tell me, would you let him fix everything for free? Because it's going to cost me a whole lot more money to do it myself. I mean, just in the stuff to get it roadworthy, I'm over $2,000 because it needs a converter. The converter's got to be installed. It needs new calipers because I don't trust those now that they've fallen off. Sway bar, I'll show you this. And again, we had a disagreement on whether or not they built these sway bar brackets or I ordered them, but the sway bar bushings fell out completely. So they're right there. But I got it back in the shop, looked underneath, and the bushings were gone out of it. And that's just flat stock steel that's been bent to fit those bushings. If you know these trucks, there's supposed to be a spine or a ridge in there that holds that bushing in. So, you know, little stuff. I'm gonna show you little stuff. Watch. Bumper. No bumper. I mean, you should see the inside of this thing though. In a different video, I'll show the inside of it. It's gorgeous. Like if you just walk around it and you have the hood closed, show winner all day long. You pop the hood, you kind of look underneath it, and it's not anymore. So what's your opinion? Like I said, comment below. Make sure to subscribe, because it will be right. Like, this truck is going to be right. This truck is going to drive. I mean, it's awesome. It's got the, I think it's GSI machined billet door handles. That's all machined out of a single block of aluminum. It's got the trail ready beadlock wheels. Dual front shocks. One has a boot, one doesn't. That was just the company that sent us the shocks. So it's got custom leaf springs. It does ride. The little bit of time I've driven it, it rides great. Having 6-inch leaf springs with no blocks, it rides amazing. It's got a custom made front bumper on it. Man, the color, well, let me stop. I'll stop, because we're gonna go over this truck from front to back. I'm gonna tell you all about what was done to it, what is in it, what it's going to be, and I'm really pumped, really excited about it. But what should I do? Should I let Kenwood Rod Shop, should I let them have it back to fix everything on it? Or should I just take it back, eat my loss, and fix the 3.5 pages of stuff myself, because then I know it will be done right. Y'all have a good night. Make sure to subscribe, because this thing right here, this and the Hummer, I should have some killer content coming up, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be really cool stuff. Have a good night.